channel. I am here for everyone who is trying to align with their true person, and that's why we call it Get Your Soulmate and Dump the Rest. And we're here to do a couple of free readings, checking in on your energy. Now, I'm not sure if you can hear me okay. My microphone was flashing. I seen for my one part in my battery pack. Hi, can you hear me okay? My battery pack was going dead, so I decided just to take it off just in case. Can you hear me okay? Great, all right. It's not my microphone, of course. It's here, but I didn't want to take a chance. Hey, Anne. All right, perfect. Great. Thank you, Cherry. So glad to see you all. I am going to go and do the rest of the readings for the signs. I believe it's Libra is where I stopped. I've been doing a lot of hours, so I've been just, yeah, it's basically the gang is all here. All right, so I've been busy. I haven't had a break yet, and here it is, Sunday evening. So Tuesday is a holiday. I'll be here. Tuesday's a holiday. I'll be here. All right. Who wants to go first? Yes, I have Libra to Pisces. We'll do the rest of those tonight. All right, so who wants to have a check-in? Do you want me to do a collective? All right, Cherry. All right, Cherry. I did a crazy thing. I put my tree up. I don't know why. I just felt like doing it. A lot of water in yours. A lot of water in yours. All right, Cherry. I have you. Yeah, well, you have a lot of water here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards, all water. All right. So I'm showing here in the past. Yeah. So in the past, I'm showing here that you were part of a community about unity and partnership, and you felt pretty good. You felt like you're going to get your desires, your wish you've been working towards, and you had lots of hope. There was a lot of promises here, and it made you feel really good. There was lots of working towards your friendships. It looks like there was a partnership here that was beginning for you, or if not actually manifested physically, it looks like one was appearing energetically. So you felt really emotionally stable. You felt everything is going to work out for you. Now in the present, hi Johnny Wet, my girlfriend broke up with me on Thursday. Oh. Okay. I'm not sure if you're making a joke, but I can understand. So then Cherry, it's showing here in the current situation, in the current situation now, you're not sure. You're not very clear on in your mind. It seems like you have limited beliefs that are coming up, some fears in your mind. You're like, what if I can't seem to find my person? What if I messed up somehow? What if that person is not for me? And I'm seeing here that you're in a state of a lower vibration of fear and suffering. You're kind of in a self, oh, woe is me. Um, okay, I think Cherry is just trying to put it out there in case anybody does say anything. But yeah, some things are definitely okay. So Cherry, it's looking here like you are starting to struggle here this week. What's coming up for you is I'm showing here that you're taking a step back. You're not sure what you want. You start questioning everything because what's happening is you are going through a huge transformation. You know, you're ending the parts of you that is afraid of what it can be. Because what I'm seeing here is you thought you had so many choices and you really didn't know what you wanted. You couldn't seem to focus your energy. The energy underneath the deck is showing me about the temperance. So overall, what this is telling me is, you know, it seems like when the community or when there's others, anybody outside of you seems to validate and show you, oh, this can happen, then you believe them and then you're all excited. But then when it seems like nothing happens right away, you start going in and you start questioning and you're like, well, what if this is not happening? What if, and your fear starts taking place. This is a lot to do with balance of you know, putting your emotions in and putting the physical reality and understanding how timing and things are like the ebb and flow of the universe and how it works. And so what happens is when you put it out there and look for something, you're basically, your ego is getting so those fears are coming through because that's naturally you're stating, why isn't this happening? Why isn't this showing up for me? Why? And so this is really about, now listen, Mr. Troll, we'll put you on timeout because this is not that type of channel, okay? So I'm glad that you like the glasses, but we can keep it there. All right, so with you, Cherry, it just seems like you're upset because your energy is kind of like a tantrum, where you are kind of like, okay, universe, you didn't show up and give me what I wanted. Stomp feet, stomp feet, stomp feet, stomp feet. And then it's kind of like, okay, well, you know, and then you realize, well, what exactly did you ask for? What exactly did you manifest? What exactly did you know, you are just putting your requests out there left and right, and you're not actually learning how to focus your energy properly. Because, you know, it's like the Karate Kid. One swipe, and the kid was like, I don't know what I'm wasting all this time for. But what it was is he was trying to teach him how to focus his energy, how to focus his reflex, right? And for you, it's basically when something is not happening for you, how can you pay attention to the fears that come up for you instead of saying, I believe that my person is coming to me, and just let it go. Why are you looking for it? You don't trust God? Because that's where your block is. Your block is that you're seeking for that validation. You're looking for that response. You are, kind of like, the validation is what is coming through. If you're seeking validation, that is a wound, and that wound is saying, God, am I worthy? Or universe, am I worthy? Am I worthy to receive this? Instead, why don't you look at how much do you believe that the person is going to show up for you, or the person is going to be someone that you may bump into in a grocery store, or somebody might reach out to you that you haven't thought you would hear from them again, or there would be somebody that you might meet on a dating site. There is always the potential that someone could show up, but do you have your frequency turned in right? And that frequency has a lot to do with your belief systems and your wounds. So if your wounds are like, I need validation, I need proof, I'm like a kid, I need to be disciplined a little bit, then what you're going to do is you're going to manifest situations constantly that are going to be disciplinary actions where you're keep on learning lessons, and those lessons are not going to be easy. They're quite challenging. But if you are going through life where you are in alignment, you're in a flow, you are like, you put something out there and something shows up there, it's only because of the fact that you learned how to make your energy really go troll. If you start turning this into a porn channel, we're gonna have to change that and remove you. Okay, so basically, really, the best thing I can suggest for you is find the middle path. When you're putting your request out there, it seems like for you to say, universe, I would oh, well, that's great. I'm glad you're passionate about your novel. So if you put it out there that you want to have this person show up in your life, the reason that it may not be working so great is because your nervous system doesn't believe it's going to happen. There is a part of you that doesn't trust the universe. It doesn't believe it's going to happen at all. So, instead, I would like you to practice something else where you could go in your daily basis and play a game. Wouldn't it be nice if I met him today? Wouldn't it be nice if somebody smiled my way? Wouldn't it be nice if I heard from someone new? Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Because wouldn't it be nice allows you to regulate your nervous system just a little bit, because you're playing a game and you're making it light and fun. You're trying too hard, all right? This is exactly what you're doing. You're trying too hard. When you're like trying to force something, you can't, it doesn't work that way. When you're kind of like, hey, universe, wouldn't it be nice if I got a message from my dream man today? That seems, and then you just kind of forget about it. You're not looking for anything. You're not, universe didn't respond to me, I think he's ignoring me. Like that's kind of like not really the way it's supposed to work. Okay, I love you too. Go on, and we'll see you again next time. And so that's what I'm getting here. Let me see what else. Yes. So you are getting here. Look for the opportunities to play, whether it is a fantasy or not. But you have a choice. Play it. Don't forget to like and share. Lighten it up for me a little bit. I like it. So that's the thing. Look for the opportunities, whether it's a fantasy or not, it doesn't matter, because, when it's hard and when it's difficult and when you feel a little exhausted, that's when you have to really release it. It's up to you. Can you make this hard or can you make it easy? Because this making it hard is what is actually pushing away your person or your twin flame or your soulmate. I had a person actually just reach out to me a little bit ago because I was coaching him and he found his person. Well, it's up to you. If you don't want to believe it, and you can call it rubbish, and that's up to you. Everybody's for their own. What's the question? All right, so the message is, no, the full moon is just passed. Actually, it was earlier this week. So I have here for you mind blown and enjoyment. Yeah, blow your mind. Just allow yourself to play with what is going to just blow your mind. Just allow yourself to believe the possibilities are there. No. It's time for you to really just make time for activities. Enjoy yourself. Allow yourself to just, if it seems too much, say, is this for you? And if not, release it. But by putting in a request, I would like to have a person. Do you really want to have a person? Like, sometimes we say we do, but then when the opportunities come for somebody to show up in your life, some people say, oh, I like my privacy, I like my freedom, I like this. Maybe you don't really want to, but everybody else says you want to. So really, what is it that you want? And put your requests out there. But there is lots of energy here saying that it is time for you to realize that you have lots of love already being shared with you. Your side is telling me, you're in your head a lot. But, it's like, oh, they're there. And then it's like, oh, maybe not. And it's like you're the one who keeps on shifting that energy of they're there, they're not. Because you went from very hopeful, everything is working out, to, oh, I'm suffering and it's so painful that you don't even know what you want. So, this is why it's really about that happy balance. How can you go back to where things are nice and balanced? Because, the universe can't always keep things at a shock and awe chemistry. You have to be able to have that ebb and flow. There is something latched on my back. Not anymore. What is a filter? Is what a filter? I don't have any filters. This is me just on my phone. All right. Was it Anne that was the second one? He's probably talking about these glasses. They're actually perspective glasses. These are not fake. These are real. Yeah, sunshine. I think what it is you're still just trying to figure out how to manifest without getting in the way of you manifesting. I think what's happening is that you're trying too hard to manifest, but you're not having fun with it. You're actually stressing yourself out. Okay, Anne, let's check on you. Wasper, you can, if there's nobody waiting, you can go next. I don't know if there's anybody waiting after Anne. One of my moderators can probably check. Okay. What's funny, Anne, is that the energy is the same energy as the last reading. And so it is a lot about balance, that ebb and flow, that middle path. Because what I'm seeing here is, in the past, you did not want to see Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. So anyway, I'm showing here that, you did not feel any change with this person that gives you security, value to your life. You didn't want to move on to this person. This person gives you financial or makes you feel worthy in some way. And you felt a little bit like, it's not moving, it's not going anywhere. What is happening here? And so what's happening right now is you're kind of losing hope. I don't have the you were expecting maybe even some conflict, or maybe him even acting a little bit like an ass, but even if he was being a little narcissistic in some way, but you have nothing. It's like, I don't even feel like I have anything here. And you're starting to think that maybe he wasn't even so bad after all. Maybe he was just, you miss it. You miss the conflict. You miss the way he acted. You miss the fact that, even though it wasn't even positive at times, you just miss it all. And so I'm seeing here in the near future is that, or very soon, is you start focusing on how valuable you are. You start looking at your own self-worth. You start paying attention to your own sovereign energy. And by doing that, you start realizing, I can see where I got weak and I did a lot of things that I shouldn't have done, or you could see where your energy kind of leaked. And so you decide, I don't need to protect myself. You kind of basically feel a little ready to do something. It's like you kind of shift into an energy ready to do something. Now, remember, there is something here about patience. And this person, or whoever it is, maybe it's you, but they, whoever it is, it seems to me that you're struggling with denial. Like, it's something that you didn't want to look at, and now that you're faced to look at it, it's kind of like, I don't want to look at that. You don't want to look at the pink elephant in the room. And now that you're ready to look at the pink elephant in the room, you see that, oh, that's all it is. You know what I mean? You basically start having compassion for yourself. You start seeing that you have been so supportive for somebody that won't go out of his way to make you feel good, won't move forward and come forward. In fact, he may even have you blocked. He may even have the door closed, and he doesn't want to have anything to do with you. And so because of the fact that you want to be pulled towards him to heal him, then what if you decided for a moment, what if you just decided, you know, maybe somebody else needs to heal you, or somebody else may want to be your person. Because what I'm getting here is there is so much abundance and prosperity in another person. As soon as you see that maybe you are not to be the divine feminine to them, but what about you attracting now your true soulmate, your true person? Because right now, as long as you keep on focusing on him, it's blocking your person. As soon as you think in your mind, in your energy, in your whole perspective, that when that door closed, it was not to be open again, because now your next chapter is something far better than you have ever had. Because it's telling me that your person is blocking your true divine feminine energy of attracting your true soulmate, your true person. So yeah, mirror switch. When you are subconsciously working out the other person's energies, it just seems like you're focusing so much on them that you are doing a lot of healing for them. And meanwhile, they're not doing anything for you. So maybe it's time for you to call in somebody who wants to show up for you. All right? Because if they're not going to show up for you, then it's just going to be another one-sided energy. You have your own thoughts that keep on coming through that are separating you and your person. And that may be whether it's him or a different soulmate. That is really the only separation between you and them, is the thoughts in your head. So there is something about a thought that you have that separates you two. And that's all it is. Some belief system. All right. So is trolling no more the next read? I appreciate you too, Anne. Is troll no more in my next read? I'm pretty sure he is. Hi, Crystal. Troll no more. Can anybody stop me and let me know if there was somebody else before troll no more? Okay. All right. All right. So you want me to check your business, and well, you only get one question. So how about I'm going to see if I can get it all as in one read. I didn't get the Lovers. The Lovers card didn't come out for you. All right. So I'll tell you what is coming through, though. All right. The inquiry of your question is this new opportunity going to work out for you? You are not sure if this new opportunity is going to work out for you. And so because this new opportunity you're inquiring about, there is always a possibility it could fail. And you're concerned and you're saying, oh, you know, what's going to happen here? So it is telling me that recently in the past, you went fearlessly towards something that you kind of dreamed of. It's a new beginning, it's something new, and you're afraid that it's going to end. You're afraid, you're a little actually excessively focused on it's a possibility it could end. In fact, there is a compulsiveness towards this that you have to be aware of. So in the current situation here, I am seeing here that you don't want things to change. You're scared that you may have to walk away because of energies that don't seem to be aligning with you. You're like, oh, I don't know what's going on here. You're kind of freaking out. You're questioning now if this is how it's supposed to be. But what I'm seeing is you're not working with the laws of the universe to your ability. I see you have been waiting and trying to make it work, but you are just in that stage of nurturing and building something. So you're still in the pregnancy stage. You're still in that embryo 3-month, 4-month, 5-month stage. You're not there yet, but you're building something that's going to be really long-standing and something substantial for you. It's all good, guys. It's all good, guys. So I'm seeing here that you are I'll get a little bit more here, but I'm seeing that it looks like you were expecting things to go very fast, but you need to see something that you're slowly building. And as you're building, it's really, look at it as this is just me. Think of a pregnancy when you're going to give life to a human being. for the first 9 months, you have to kind of put them in a different stage of protection and nurturing and feeding and taking care and babying it. Well, this is what is happening. I am seeing that you have a lot of negative thoughts, maybe belief systems that you really was excessively thinking it was going to be over. And so I think that is where you had some interferences towards the doubts. But it's saying that you're birthing here, that you are, yeah, it's just not going fast. It says here, you are a manifester. You're the magician. You're in charge. You are able to decide on what you really want. And then allow the laws of the universe to get involved. Like, just, write it down, put it out there, state what you want and let it go. And so, because if you keep on thinking that your wishes are supposed to be, just wishes and being hopeful, you've got it wrong. You are the magnificent magician, which means you're in control. All you have to do is put it out there and understand that the only one that's resisting this is you. All you have to do is believe that if you think this will fail, it will. And if you think this will end, it will. But if you believe that you are building something as beautiful as a new life, then all will be well. You just have to focus on the outcome. You have to focus on the dream. You have to focus on the potential. And the rest, it just happens. You just have to believe. Let me see what else I got here. Yeah, so I'm get a mentor to mentor you. Have somebody that can guide you. Don't be afraid, and let them show you the way. All right, who's next? You're welcome, Troll. I'm glad you liked it. You can certainly, there's not many in front of you, but you can certainly go on the list. Lisa, TD, and then Crystal. Thank you, Anne. I appreciate that. Yeah, Wasper. Yeah, Wasper. I don't see Wasper on the list, Sunshine. I keep on saying Sunshine Cherry. Because Wasper's been asking too. I know that Wasper's been asking me for reads. Because I thought, what? Hello. Oh, great, a Taurus. Did you see my Taurus reads? I'm just looking here. Yeah, Wasper, I was pretty sure you were supposed to be after Troll. Yeah. Wasper, I'm a Virgo. I'm a Virgo Libra cusp. Yeah. I'm September the 19th. Oops. My phone fell down. I guess that my phone didn't pass out on me or something. I don't know. All right. Wasper. One Virgo Libra cusper to another. Yeah, thank you. Cosmic twins, how maybe? I'm a Scorpio rising. I'm a Scorpio rising, Leo moon, Libra Venus. All right. Wasper, did you have a question? I thought you had a question, or did you just say we're just going to see what the cards say? Is that what it was for you? Yeah. Blind read. What comes through? All right. All right, universe. Okay. Man, you got some fire in your energy. All right. So I will tell you, you got some fire energy in here. I see a woman, I see a man, I see you're a little uptight about something. You're showing something here that you're not you're showing you're showing something that you're trying to release a burden of some sort. And so it's a responsibility, or you're trying to release being so responsible. Because I'm seeing here that, I'm tired of trying to be the one doing all the work. I'm tired of the one who's always needing to be, I don't know what the responsibility is, but there is a responsibility here that you're no longer wanting to do. And I see you here no longer wanting the responsibility. You don't want the burdens. You want to have a little fun or something, because you're trying to be idealistically, you want some action, you want to take charge, you want something to be exciting, you want something that you want to walk into, you want something to happen. But everything has been kind of too slow. It's showing that right now, currently, the person has you blocked. Maybe maybe you're blocked or they're blocked, but there is somebody here that you find is very valuable, very worthy of your attention, but things are just going too slow. Things are not going the way that you thought it would be. And so you don't want any new opportunities. You just don't want the stress anymore. There seems to be something stressing you out here that you don't want to be stressed out about anymore. I might have to look into this a little bit more, because all it is talking about releasing burdens, releasing the responsibility. You don't want to be stressed. You don't want to move on to a new opportunity. But it is talking about somebody here. Self-worth. There's a lot to do with self-worth. Yeah. It looks like here that you love somebody, and maybe they were a friend, but it looks like a third party got involved, maybe. Or maybe things just never got serious. But you're like, yeah, I just don't want to deal with it all. You just don't want to deal with the stress of it anymore. But really, you're doing this yourself. You're doing this yourself. Yeah, you don't want... You're thinking it's just going to be too stressful to go back to this person, or for you and this person. You're not curious. You don't want to know. You either block them or they blocked you. I'm sorry. It's just coming up with... There is somebody that is like your eternal flame. And right now they're not in your life, and you miss them. You just... I don't know if you're going through a separation or you two kind of like no longer talking, but you certainly desire them. And all I'm seeing here is you don't want someone else. You just chose not to deal with it anymore. It's just like you blocked it all. Yeah. You've got the stress you can't deal. Look, you two are not getting along. You've got like so much resistance, but you love this person. Absolutely. I see you, I see them. And you love this person. It's like your eternal flames. You two are like, yeah. But it's like a responsibility you just don't want to deal with. You don't want to take the responsibility to deal with this. with any more is a business. Yeah. So a word of advice that I'll give to you, and this is retrograde, so I always say don't do anything new, renew, review, redo. But when you look at your daily activities, what you focus on is what you're going to see more of. And if you're focusing on all the things going wrong, you're going to just keep on experiencing more and more of that going wrong. If you start focusing on all the things that you love, you'll see the things that you block out or avoid will kind of fall away. And that's why what we put our focus on, we will attract more and more of that. But I am seeing here, you don't have to walk away. You just have to realize that this freedom is not a separation. This freedom is so that you can be responsible for yourself and they can be responsible for themselves. And this is like another level of understanding true love, because this person is actually your eternal flame. This is your person. It's just that right now, basically, yeah, emotionally you're shut down. But yeah, I didn't have any more to offer other than this is your eternal flame, and you are able to just focus on what you love, what you do want to be enjoying in your life. Lisa. Who is Lisa? All right. You can certainly put your question. You will be on our list. I'm only going to do probably about a few more. I have to go and finish all the other readings for the signs. But Tuesday, I'll be back again. Yeah, so Lisa TD. Lisa TD. Yeah, you have to be subscriber. Now, karmically, I just put it out there. If you can't seem to do that one little thing for me, and you're expecting me to give you a reading and on your energy and give all of me, it just seems like it's an imbalance, and that's just not my thing. So karmically, we need to exchange a little give and take. All right, so who is next on the list? Say me. Looks like you're coming up. Thank you. I appreciate that. Is there a reunion coming from a person with initial R? You'll come right after. I'm going to do Birthlinton. All right. All right. Obviously, if any of those people that's on the list, if, you know, sometimes the commercials interfere or whatever, they can certainly pop in. Okay. I gotta soon get some water. I decorated my tree today. I don't know why I did it in November. I just have no idea. Did you have a question, Burnton? You enjoy it more. Yes, I can do that. I can. You've never been in a relationship. You may want to watch these readings from the start. There was somebody that I was talking to about manifesting a relationship, and there was probably some very good information there for you. So I can check your energy and see what comes through. But like I said, there is a possibility that you may get something from going back to the start and listening to what I had to say to that person too. Yeah, Crystal, we'll have to, you'll have to wait until I'm done this reading. But yeah, we were looking for you. All right. So your inquiry is telling me you would like to have a renewal of love. You would like to have adjustments in your life so that they will change to open up the door for something substantial to show up for you. Right now, it's showing in the past, you felt very much like your community wasn't serving you in the way that it should. It was kind of giving you some heartache, and you felt like you kept on waiting, always waiting, and you couldn't really find your person. And right now, currently, you're kind of like, you feel there is a lot of resistance to relationships that comes to a close, and maybe, yeah, a lot of hook. Yeah, you're not really pleased with the culture that is surrounding you. Absolutely, it's showing here. But you feel very, very much that the resistance to a relationship is now finally coming to a close. And it's because it has a lot to do with you not working with the universe, the laws, and the energies as it should. I see here that in the near future, you had to you had to, like, I'm just going to say, you're going to achieve something here, but there's some shadow work involved. I'm looking at you needing to look at where this pain is connected to some fear, to why you don't want So the person that says, okay, let me know if my turn got skipped. No, what it is Crystal was the person that was on the list before you. And for some reason, she was gone. So we called her and we called her and she didn't show up. Now, mind you, you should be here when we call your name. And so I guess what's happening is Cherry is trying to fit her in. And so we didn't skip anybody, but Crystal, you know, it would be better if you stay instead of leaving and coming back again, because realistically, if you're not here, well then, you know. But yeah, so right now I am seeing that you're working through this energy. You're kind of like, I'm done with this resistance, and you start working with the energies. But it looks like you have to go and look at why it's painful for you to get some attention. Like, it just seems like there's something about there's some pain here that is a little toxic about you getting any attention. So I think it's like there's you don't like, I need to clarify this a little bit. Yeah, it seems like there's some shadow work here. Ooh. Okay. Is there some pain related to all right, so I'm getting here that yes, sometimes guys or girls, you know, sometimes people are immature and impulsive and love bombers, and they come in and they seem like they're all great. When they get what they want, they can kind of disappear, and you feel very valuable. You feel very much that you're worthy and what you have is really valuable for somebody. And so because of this, you seem to be not finding what you want, because of the fact is that you're not focusing on the end result. So it's basically people who are going to be impulsive and getting what they want. Basically, you're just saying, hey, you're putting your value up so high, your standards up so high, nobody can reach them, and you're not giving people a chance. You don't have to go and give in. You don't have to go and sleep with anybody. You don't have to go and just be friends with benefits. But you need to allow people to get to know you at your level. You really may not know where things are going to go, but if you don't allow yourself just explore meeting people, it's never going to end. So the pain has a lot to do with you're limiting yourself, because of the fact is, you know, you don't want somebody to hurt you by using you, but in some ways, some of this behavior that you're doing is actually hurting you too, because you're not allowing yourself to be open to meeting the potential of, you know, maybe you don't even know what you want right now. So what it is, yeah, you are a girl. And so because I was going to ask you that. But here, this has a lot to do with the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. And this is men who come in love bombing, and wanting what they want and gone. They are in and out. They are not here for anything real. And you feel like, I want to go and have something that is real, substantial, that's, what I really, really want. But the thing is, yes. So I'm just going to put on a light. So I understand what you're talking about, but there's something here about you're focusing on trying to meet at their level, which is actually degrading yourself. You know that you're valuable, you know that you're worthy, but maybe the possibility is that you're going to meet somebody and people are saying, hey, I'm not looking for something that's going to go anywhere. You can certainly choose to not pursue this. Absolutely. Don't lower your standards in any way. However, when you're meeting these people who are telling you that, they're looking for something that's just fun, there seems to be something coming up for you where there's something excessively happening that's upsetting you. And it's all because all right, I don't know if you're meeting these people online. I don't know if it's coming to you to have these people through social networking or Facebooking or whatever. But yes, and it is even common right now. A lot of people are not wanting to have committed relationships. A lot of people want to be able to date for a long period of time. They want to see how things go because the world is turning and evolving into a disposable type of realm. Like we've got computer generated relationships now. So so what practices have you implemented in order for you to manifest your soulmate? Because if you were to manifest your soulmate, you would go through a process where, first of all, you decide what you want. And it's not about who will accept you, but what about you? What do you want? Not about what people will, like there's a difference when you're going from an energy of pain and rejection and loneliness. You're going to go and settle for people who are choosing you instead of you saying you're the prize and you have all the opportunities, right? And so what happens is you need to first write down on a piece of paper, draw a circle, and draw lots of lines from your circle, just like a little sun. And as you go and write down, I want my person to be kind and sensitive. I want my person to be gentle, and I want my person to check in on me every day. I want my person to be thoughtful and caring. I want my person to be a good provider. I want my person to be a good family person. I'm not sure. Okay, so you went and met these people through meditation, praying, I'm not sure what you're responding to. Or a biological child. I don't know what that answers to. The writing them down, yes. There's more to it than that though, right? That's what I'm saying. There is a whole process. There is one is getting your mind clear. Yes, you met people in person through workshops. I'm just trying to understand, like, I'm trying to say that you're meeting, like, when we go back to, there's other people that I've been doing readings for who's been in very similar situations as you. And they're meeting people, but there is not that connection. Before COVID, and then I did again last year and I don't know what again is. And I called people to me through meditations, yeah. Yeah. And you called them in. But what are you calling in? Yeah, well, it's coming up that there's some shadow work there, and it's causing you some pain. Have you done past life regression? Because there is a possibility that you might have experienced something very negative in a past life that is creating a wound, and that wound may need to be released. Yeah, I think that's a possibility. Maybe there is a possibility that it's something that you want to achieve. I'm sorry. Are you telling me what to do? Because I don't really like anybody telling me what to do on my own channel. Thank you. If you don't like it, you can go. If anybody wants to go and book me privately, you can certainly do that. Um, so this is the thing. I work with people quite frequently who have come to me because they feel very frustrated in their life when they are constantly in a state of feeling like they are watching everybody else have relationships, and they just don't know why they're not having those relationships. They're not finding the people. And sometimes it's not because there's anything wrong with them. It's just because of the fact that they're carrying an old wound through a past life, or something that may be blocking them from having something that they really want to be in line with. No, I don't think that's so. Some people are having children later in life, but do you think maybe it's a possibility that when you want something too much, so it's kind of like, think about this. think about this one, all right? When someone wants a baby and they try and they try and they try and they try, it's not until they decide to go and adopt a baby that they all of a sudden will start to conceive. You know, you can get in your own way by wanting something too much. But instead, remember when I said to a previous person earlier about reading, when we said, you know what? Let's have some fun with this. You are in a state of frustration and pain. You're in a state of being like, this is never working out. You're in a state of attachment, and it's given you a lot of pain. And that attachment is not allowing you to actually be in the spotlight and being able to attract and be a magnet for you. And so what's happening is, for you, this is where that distortion is. And so what is that wound that is coming up for you? And so, you know, the meditations doesn't guarantee you a place. Being able to meditate, being able to be alignment does not guarantee you a place. What guarantees you a place is being able to know who you are and knowing that you are one with source or one with yourself, and knowing that you are okay, absolutely, in your life. And if somebody shows up, that is amazing. But you need to also understand that you are in charge of your manifestation. Yeah, so there seems to be, what's coming through is something about an elusive relationship for you. Do you believe that there's someone destined for you? Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Let me see this. Yeah. I asked the universe, and you don't believe that letting go is going to bring in your person. It's kind of like you're not happy with what you've inherited so far. You got to make a decision, and you need to be okay with it and allow the space to have the change. I did which is, I just did my education, but now I don't think so. Laws of the universe, cause and effect, the truth, the laws. How old are you? How old are you? Because because you can have a soulmate. You can choose any person. You are surrounded with millions of people all around you. There is billions and billions of men and women in this world. You can very well go and pick somebody and say, you can be my person. But there is something about a lesson here about this elusive relationship. You go into a relationship wanting them to be the one, wanting them to be amazing and special. You need to take a step back and understand what it's like to take a vacation for a week and go somewhere different and go somewhere and understand that you will pack a bag and you'll put in a lot of prep and you'll put a lot of effort into it. Let go for a whole week and you just have fun and then you come back. And so basically that's what they want you to do to have this relationship, is to plan a week and just put a lot of effort and time in, making sure you're all ready, and just go and have fun for a week and let yourself meet all sorts of different people, and don't have any attachment whatsoever to what will be the result of that date or of that meet. Just go with it, because right, you don't have that freedom. And the reason I'm saying that is because you're going into it wanting to have a marriage or wanting to have a baby. And that's the thing, is people don't trust very easily. People need time to make their decision themselves. People are not ready to walk into an instant relationship. So I'm going to go on to the next reading. And hopefully you'll go back and listen to the first reading. What was the next person's name, Crystal? Actually, I got to wrap it up. I'll be back. I have a client here that I forgot. I have a client here for a past life regression. I will be back here in a bit. I have to go. I'm so sorry. No, Cherry, no. I have a client here knocking at my door. I have to go do a past life regression. No, Crystal, no, I'm not doing any reading. I have to go. I have a client here knocking at my door for a past life regression. I have to come back. Yeah, so Crystal, you guys, because you've been waiting, Crystal and Shanka Shah there, I'm sorry, I have a name. You guys just put your little comment down below and I will do a reading for you and post it here for you. All right? Want to do that? I got to go and do a regression. Then what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll do you guys' readings. All right? So put your